I believe my job as a school board member has to extend beyond the school district that I happen to be a school board member in. Also, you have to understand that you're not in a silo. You cannot keep all the issues internally. What they do at the state level, what they do at the federal level, will affect the local school board. So being a legislative coordinator, I'm at the forefront of that. I get to see some of the things and I'm able to take some action before it really becomes a law, and then it's too late.
One of the most important parts of being a legislative coordinator is our participation with advocacy training. I think a lot of people are naturally intimidated by the idea of lobbying, going to your legislator and trying to make your point. But the training is a really important part of that because it really helps you know how to approach those situations where you may only have 10 minutes to make your point across, but do it in a way that's effective.
It's a very positive experience. It's a learning experience. It's something that you don't get to know the integral parts of what, like the state does, Pennsylvania state does, for education. You become involved with other people that have the same goals that you have, and you know there are other people that are working together as a team.
I believe it keeps public education in the forefront. It enables us to let the legislators know the value of public education, what we do for public education, and what public education does for the nation.
What it means for public education is that our legislatures are better informed in terms of what the direct and real impact of their policies are at the local level. And you can bring them stories, you can relate to them how this would impact individual students or how it might have impacted them if they were still in school. And they're able to relate to that, and that really informs the decision-making process of legislation.
What I do with the school board is that I try to ask them about their various issues that they might have, and then what I do is get those issues to PSBA and also the regional directors, and I also talk to the local legislators about that. And then I have to keep the PSBA informed of what my local legislators think.
You have to have that constant contact, and also you have to make sure you're getting the word out to other people in the area, in your region.
Well, I think that my main job is really to be an advocate and kind of a liaison between school board members, PSBA, and also the legislators themselves.
The legislative coordinator usually coordinates other school board members and other school districts within that county to get together and to learn about what the needs are of the school districts. And by doing so, we're promoting education, and we're also the advocate for the students. That's the most important thing that I see in it. And then we work through PSBA and set our priorities of what we want PSBA to advocate to our legislators.
The other part of being a legislative coordinator is staying in close contact with our representatives and really becoming a resource for them. It's more than just lobbying for a particular point of view, but making yourself someone who they know they can depend on for a nonpartisan perspective and how their policies impact education on the local level.
Every kid needs help to some extent, and without the proper funding from Harrisburg and without the proper legislation, a lot of kids are going to get left behind.
It gives me a sense of accomplishment. It gives me a sense of being involved. It gives me a sense of being a part of something that I really believe is important. I believe education is a linchpin of our society, and by being involved as a legislative coordinator, I feel that I have made some impact on some of the legislation that has been passed, and I have been able to express my views to the local as well as some of the federal legislators.
I've enjoyed it. And I would encourage anybody to be a legislative coordinator.